Good day, YouTube, and welcome to another Tits Beer Bong 420 liquor review. Alright, we're going to be reviewing this liquor today, and I already know what it looks like and smells like because it's a whiskey, by the way, because for some reason my brain was telling me, oh, after we review, let's have like a little sour mesh or whatever it's called, where the whiskey's mixed with lemonade. And I didn't feel like getting an energy drink lemonade at the time, so because it's cheap, only 99 cents plus tax, or just 99 cents if they don't ask for the tax. I picked up what I found because the store I grabbed it from didn't have the other lemonade version, so I got the sweet tea lemonade where it's peach flavored from Arizona. So in a glass, I already got like half that can. I think I poured into it, mixed with either half a shot or a full shot, so 1 or 2 ounces of this whiskey we're going to be reviewing, and then I added and then I just poured a little bit into the cap and added into it just a little bit of the Fireball Cinnamon Whiskey, so we'll see how those mix together later, or at least I'll find out. And then I guess I'll finish the other half of that Arizona can the following morning. But before we tell you what whiskey this is, it's a Canadian one, and I'm hearing that it might only be sold in Canada. Just like, have you ever had Alberta Premium before? I had that years back. I've had some of it before. That's whiskey made in Alberta that you can only purchase in Canada, apparently. It's 100% rye whiskey, so it's a little bit strange and odd. It's 40%, but when I was at the liquor store, I came across this whiskey that Alberta Premium makes called like Black Horse or Dark Horse, and apparently they like either added more of the ingredients to it or they brewed it longer time, and it became like 42%. But I just picked up a Mickey to try out of this one whiskey. Now there was this other Mickey I saw. It was like $12 or more. I'm not sure if it was a whiskey or not, but that's an expensive freaking Mickey. And then the whole top was covered in tons of this red wax that you had to like pick off and stuff. So screw that. But what we picked up is just basically the company's original whiskey. It's from the 40 Creek Distillery. It's premium barrel select whiskey at 40%, it's a 200 milliliter Mickey of it. It's from Grimsby, Ontario, so not super far from me. On the back here it says 40 Creek Barrel Select Whiskey is distilled in small batches in our traditional copper pot, still, and patiently aged in white oak barrels. A careful selection of light, medium, and heavy char barrels create a richness and toasted earthiness in the spirit, where aromas of honey, vanilla, and apricot fuse with toasted oak, black walnut, and spice. Do I have this site still open? It's the store. It's recipes. I'm looking at the 40 Creek website for a sec here, folks. It's rich and bold on the palate, and it's completed in a smooth, long finish. It's a uniquely handcrafted whiskey, smooth and mellow, but also intense and complex with a character of its own. The barrels. Wait, what? 40 Creek Barrel Select is a blend of high quality grains consisting of rye, barley, and corn. To heighten the best characteristics of each grain, they are distilled separately in small batches in their copper pot, aged in American white oak barrels. The process brings out the fruitiness and spiciness of the rye, the nuttiness of the barley, and the hardiness of the corn. The barrels chosen for 40 Creek Barrel Select are hand-selected for their unique characteristics. They are crafted in different levels, or charred in different levels, pardon me, which create a richness and toasted earthiness. Yeah, we know. Okay, these three grain whiskeys are barrel aged separately from 6 to 10 years. 40 Creek Barrel Select then goes through one more barrel aging process. The rye, barley, and maize whiskies are decanted from their barrels and bring them together. Then they are put into special sherry barrels for an additional 6 months. Sherry cask barrels finish the whiskey with a silky smoothness on the palate, and it's won like a bunch of awards, like in a bunch of different years. Some of the awards look like they won at festivals in the U.S., but some people are saying you might not be able to get this whiskey out of Canada. It got gold apparently at some beverage tasting thing this year. So I guess we'll just get into it now. And by the way, this whiskey is supposed to be one of the best like whiskeys out there for a Canadian whiskey. Apparently, some magazines have it like rated really high and everything. So it's 40%. I'm gonna pour an ounce out and see what we get. It smells all right from the bottle. A little gross, just because whiskey's not always like the most delicious taste or smell and taste technically. It's not the worst, but I kind of think it looks nice. How 40 Creek Barrel Select smells though? Oh yeah, it's got spiciness in the smell, and it's definitely got some smooth vanilla smell to it. I don't know if I'm picking up fruitiness. It says like an apricot fuse. I definitely don't know if I get the honey. Maybe I do a little bit. I kind of can get some spiciness in this smell. I get some vanilla in the smell. And I get like all the booziness smell too. Excuse me. So, cheers. I'm going to sip it now and see what it tastes like. This is my very first sip, folks, of 40 Creek whiskey, and that's why it's being reviewed, because when I do decide to say pick up like a whiskey or a vodka or some liquor like that, I'm usually picking up one I already know that I'll like because I've had it before. So if I had it before, no review needed. That's why you guys don't see a lot of like hard liquor reviews from me, and I'm not always buying hard liquor. So cheers, 40 Creek, 40%. Um, Definitely a whiskey taste, some warmth. um, Not bad. It's got a little bit of like a spice bite to it, a little bit, kind of, I guess. Not anything super hardcore, but I guess you get a little tingle of some spices or something there. It's got warmth. Um, yeah, it kind of warms you a bit. It's got a boozy aspect, kind of stinging a little bit up here. Or could that be in the gum part? I don't know. Um, Maybe a little sour in the aftertaste, just a little bit from its fruitiness. I think I can taste some honey in it. I don't know if I really taste the vanilla though, but for the most part, I've just got the boozy aspect, this warmth, and like a little sting to the top of my teeth or gums there. So I'm gonna say it's a good whiskey, but not the best whiskey I've ever had. Because I can say I probably like that 12-year-old classic Canadian club one possibly more than this. And I definitely can say I like the cinnamon fireball whiskey more than this. But for going into another one of the many whiskeys I don't know yet, and I do know some other whiskeys, but I'm gonna say, now I'm getting a little bit of the barrel taste and a little bit of like a nutty taste, but not hardcore, kind of just like a walnut skin or shell kind of taste thing. So I'm not gonna rate this whiskey out of 10, but it's not odd and strange. It's not the best whiskey I've had, but it's a nice whiskey to have a little bit of. And if you sip on it in the wintertime, you're definitely gonna not feel like you're cold. So it's alright. Hope I did a good whiskey review. If not, sorry. I tried. And It's all right, not bad, but not the best. 40 Creek Whiskey Canadian Barrel Select, 40%. Long enough to do 50. Fine.